And so you can send us your video that way and get points for that as well. You might even become the featured video for the week. All right, so let's move on to points. Here's the different ways you can get points. You can get up to 50 points just for participating in the chat in the live lesson. You get 300 points on top of that if you are the person in the chat room that week who makes the most helpful comments during the chat. That daily music challenge thing that I told you about, every day when you click on that and you submit the secret code, 150 points just for doing that. Every song comes with a practice log, and if you fill that out and have your parents sign it and you send that in, that's worth 300 points right there. Each week on Facebook and in the email that we send you, we give you a new weekly activity. It's just a fun little maze or puzzle or something to do. It doesn't really have much to do with music, but it does have something to do with that week's song, and it has something to do with getting you 150 points. Then if you click on survey at the end of the lesson and you fill that out and give us some feedback about the song, then we've given out up to 500 points before for great comments and feedback in the survey. Of course, submit your videos of you playing. Almost every video that gets submitted earns at least 200 points, even if it's not perfect. I guess work on it a little bit, but I'm just saying it doesn't have to be perfect. Here's another one. Every single month at learnpianolive.com/contest, we have a contest and usually give out at least 400 points, and oftentimes there are other gift cards and other prizes included in that contest. Okay, now we're getting into some big numbers. If you ever go to a concert that is classical music or it's classic jazz, which means like swing and bebop and stuff like that, you can ask your parents if it's a classic jazz concert. Then you get 500 points just by having your parents let us know what concert you attended. Now I keep asking you to send us your videos, and almost always you get points right up front for submitting those videos. Don't forget to put the legal disclaimer on your video. You have to say at the beginning, this is for use at kidlearnpianolive.com. But here's an additional way to pick up 750 points. If later on, a month down the road, a year down the road, 5 years down the road, if one of the videos that you submit to us ever gets 1,000 views, send us the link to your video. We will give you 750 points. Okay, but is there anything that I could do that's worth thousands of points? Yes, there is. If you're in Klopple Academy, every time you go from level 1 to level 2, or level 2 to level 3, every single time you level up, you get 3,000 points. And that's not even the biggest one. You get 5,000 points every single time someone signs up for kidslearnpianolive.com and they say that you are the one who sent it here. Okay, last thing before I say goodbye. For real, I told you that I would tell you my favorite joke, and here it is. A butcher backs up into his meat grinder and gets a little behind in his work. Gets a little behind in his work because he's a butcher. It's funny, trust me, it's awesome. If you didn't think it was funny, that's fine. But go to learnpianolive.com/jokes and you can see some of our students' favorite jokes and you can submit your own. I think that's finally it. I will see you in another live lesson. Love ya. Good luck. Have fun. Hey there, real quick before we begin, you're about to watch a live stream, which means you're really kind of behind the scenes here because these lessons are usually watched in the archives, but you're here for the live taping of them. So if we mess up really bad, we're probably going to chop that out, but you're going to get to see all of our bloopers and mistakes. We'll also chop this off, so no one is going to see this part of the lesson but you. And because you're behind the scenes, you're probably going to ignore my instructions when I say, like, pause the video and go practice or whatever. You can if you want. It's just that everyone in the chat room then will be in different places in the video. That's fine. When you want to join us live again, go down to the bottom of the video, click on the live button, and that should take you straight to where we actually are now. So now here comes the part for everybody else. I'm really glad you're with us. The archives are fine, but my favorite is talking to you live. So see you in the chat room. Welcome back to KidsLearnPianoLive.com. My name is Jamin, and as you can tell from the countdown clock here, the lesson is about to begin. If this is your first time playing piano, welcome. I'm very excited for you. You're going to do great. Hopefully you already received from us the welcome packet in the mail, and maybe you even got started on the Absolute Beginners video pack to teach you the names of the notes and things like that. But if not, that's fine. You'll do great. I'll show you how to play all the notes. And if I'm going too fast for you, you can always pause the video or rewind it and go over the more difficult parts. You can always pause the video or rewind it and go over the more difficult parts. And even if you only learn a little bit of this song and you don't learn the whole thing, you'll still learn enough to help you build skills so you can learn other songs faster in the future. So jump in, give it a try. You're bound to end up at least a little bit better than you even are right now. Throughout the lesson, I may refer to Klopple Academy, and you can check out that link on the website if you want. Basically, it's a program that takes you all the way from learning the names of the notes, the very beginning, through 12 levels of classical and jazz music, through all the skills that you would need to become a professional pianist. So you would learn all the same stuff that you would learn if you're taking regular traditional piano lessons, probably plus a little bit more, but it takes about 5 to 10 years to complete. So you can just try out the first level, see if it's the kind of thing that you like, or if you just care about today's lesson and learning this song, then just ignore all those references and focus on today's lesson. If you're watching this at LearnPianoLive.com, there should be a PDF and an MP3 button right next to this video. The MP3 is a play-along track that you can use to practice more after the lesson, but a lot of students like to print out the PDF right now so they have it during the lesson. Careful, it could be up to like 30 pages, so just find the couple pages that you want and print those out. If you decide not to, that's fine. I'll show you all of the notes on screen as we go through it. And we will be going through 5 different levels of this song that all use the same play-along track. So even if you've never played piano before, you'll still be able to do level 1. And then as we go through level 2, 3, 4, and 5, then when we use that same play-along track, you just keep playing your same version. If you're watching this lesson in the archives and you have a question during the lesson, then feel free to click on that survey button. And at the end of the survey, there's a place for you to ask your question, and I will do my best to get back to you with the answer to that question. But if you're with us live as we're recording this today, then feel free to click on that chat button, and you can talk with all the other students who are logged in during the live lesson. And if you have a question about the lesson, then you can just go ahead and type that into the box that says, Ask Jamin a question, and we will do our best to answer that question live in the lesson. All right, I think that's the end of the boring stuff. I'm ready to learn a song. Stay tuned at the end of the lesson and I'll show you how to win more points and earn more prizes next week. But for right now, let's get this party started. Welcome back to KidsLearnPianoLive.com. My name is Jamin. Today we're doing It's Raining, It's Pouring, and this is the incomparable Kendra.
Guess what? I wish it were actually raining.
I can't hear you at all. We do this every week.
I know! It's just like my one job. Can you hear me now?
That was actually my job, so yeah, thanks for taking credit for it though.
No, but never mind. Okay, Guess what? So I usually don't talk about like my own music stuff on here, but I'm very excited because my debut single comes out this Friday. I'm really, really excited because I've never had like a fully produced song released, and so I'm so excited.
This is like this is like your actual first release.
Actual.
You're so pro. You're so old. Oh my goodness.
Well, I know the hair is deceiving. Yeah.
That's cool. So what's the name of the song?
Never Forgot.
Never Forgot, and it is appropriate for kids.
Yes. It's kind of dark, but it's totally appropriate.
Yeah. Cool, and it's awesome, and you're awesome.
Thank you. You're awesome, Jamin.
Cool. And you know who else is awesome? Clapple. But he's really super impatient, so we need to get on with this song. Let me show you what this is going to sound like at full speed when we finally get this thing down, and then I'll teach you how to play it really slow. Let's play it together. All right, just watch me here, and then we'll play it together in a second. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, go. It's big, it's pouring, the old man is snoring. He went to bed and bumped his head and couldn't get up in the morning. So that's all of the notes there, and I'm going to show you how to play all of those. We're going to start with a G right here. So in order to find a G, we're just gonna take any group of 3 black notes, like those ones right there, or like those ones right there. We just don't want to take a group of 2 black notes like that, because if we take a group of 2 black notes, then we're gonna end up on the wrong note. So take a group of 3 black notes like that, and then we're gonna take the middle note and drag it just a little bit to the left, a little bit down, and we'll land on a G every single time, as long as we start with a group of 3. So we're gonna start there, and as always, we wanna say out loud the words as we go. So we're gonna play the G and say, it's. Cool, I think you can do that. And then after you got that down, we're gonna play the G again and say out loud, rain. So we're gonna play, it's rain. So let's try that together. Ready? It's rain. Cool, now if you skip over the note that's just to the left of that, you would land on an E. You don't have to know that it's an E. Just know that after you play rain, you're supposed to skip down to that one and then walk back up to that G that we started on. And if you do that, we skip down and then we walk back up. That would actually be this whole thing right here. And that's like almost the entire song is just doing that thing, playing that G, skipping down to E, and walking up to G. And then you do it again. Skip down to E and walk up to G. And then skip down to E and walk up to G. And then skip down to E. So if we do that a whole bunch of times in a row, it would be like this. We'd say out loud, and this is going to take a lot of practice. So if you can't play this yet, that's perfectly fine because you're going to need to practice it. But you would eventually have, it's raining, it's pouring, the old man is snoring. This is where things get a little bit difficult. You're going to play that E that you were on one more time and say out loud, he. And then you're gonna jump up 5 notes. If you jump up 5 notes, you would land on the highest note of the song. We'd go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'd land on this note right here. Now, this is, if you know the letters already, it's a C. But if you don't know the letters, that's fine. It's five notes up from the E. And you're gonna play that one twice and say went to, because that's these notes over here. Went to. So you're gonna play went to, and then back down to that G that we started on, bed, and then you're gonna go up 1 note and play bumped his. That one right there is an A. The one that's just to the right of G, that's an A, and you're gonna say bumped his, and then go back down to that E. I know it's a lot to keep track of, so if you can't play this yet, that's fine, because you're supposed to be pausing the video and practicing wherever you need to, because it's just a whole lot to take in. So we're gonna go down to the E and play it and say head and then this is the funnest part and the trickiest part of the whole thing. We're gonna play that G that we started on. We're gonna go 1 note to the right and then go all the way down to that D right there. And then we're gonna go 1 note to the right, play that E, and play that C. And those words would be couldn't get up in the morning. And that section will probably take a lot of practice, so make sure you pause the video and you practice. But then when you come back, we're all gonna play this together. If you're live with us, then that's fine. Just play all the notes that you can, even if it's just those first 2 notes, the 2 G's right there. Whatever you can get it, and don't worry about the notes that you miss. Let's all try this together. 1 and a 2 and a 1, 2, 3, go. It's raining, it's pouring, the old man is snoring. He went to bed and bumped his head and couldn't get up in the morning. There you go. So that's all of the letters, that's all of the notes, which means I think it's already time for Kendra to tell us about the weekly activity.
This week is the Mandyland, and it's a game just like Candyland, but of course with Clopple and his friends. When you play, just tag Learn Piano Live when you post a picture on Facebook or Instagram for 150 bonus points this week from our mascot penguin Clopple.
Yeah, that's a fun one. You don't have to know a whole lot of music theory and stuff to play that game. Well, let's play a game. This one is called Higher Lower. So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to play a note, and then I'm going to play a second note after that. And you have to tell me if the second note is higher or lower than the first note that I played. So if I played something like this, I played this note, and I played this note. That second note was higher than the first note. So some people like to say like low, high. But I'm asking for the second note. Was the second note higher or lower than the first note? Another example would be like if I played this note and then played this note. This note here was lower than the one that I started on. So the answer would be lower. And Kendra's going to try to get all of these right as well. She's pretty good at this stuff, but see if you can beat her at home. Here we go. Ready? The first two notes we have is this one and then this one. Did that sound like the second note was higher or lower than the first one? Listen one more time. What do you think, Kendra?
I think the second one was higher.
The second one was higher. Yeah, absolutely. Very nice. So let's try two more of these. For this note right here to this note. Oof. So this note to this note. Was the second one higher or lower than the first one? What do you think, Kendra?
I think it's lower.
Yeah, we were going from that note down to that note. If you sing it, a lot of times you can like hear it too. So you try to sing like bum, bum. You can like feel your body do the thing that it like either going higher or going lower. Okay, let's try one more of these. This one right here. Ooh, that's a weird sounding one. First note, and then the second note. And one more time. This note to this note. What do you think, Kendra?
You're right. It does make you like want to like move your body.
Yeah.
I think the second one was lower.
The second one was lower. Singing these really helps. And if you want a lot more practice on this, of course, you can always do Clopple Academy where we do a lot of ear training and stuff. But for right now, let's do a little bit of mailbag.
If you'd like to win an extra 750 points by being the mailbag winner, just fill out the survey at the end of the lesson or send us a message anytime during the week using the contact button at the top of the page.
And today it's from Chord Jam. It says, Dear Jamin, how can I find out if you've already done my favorite song? Well, there's a couple different ways to get to the archives at the moment. We've tried a bunch of different things. Right now we've got both of them. Let me show you though here on my tablet. If you would show me the tablet. Here we go. So if you go on the website, you go up to live streams, and then underneath that, oh, if you're logged in, that's helpful. There we go. Hey, don't look at my password. No cheating. Okay. So when you're logged in, if you go up to live streams, there's a couple different ways. One, you can go to Songs from the Archives and actually click on that right there. And if you click on that one, the one that actually says Songs from the Archives, then it will take you to this page. And here you can click in the search bar and search for any song that you want. But if you prefer, you can also go from Songs from the Archives over to All Lessons. And that one will also give you all the lessons, but there's no searching in it. It's just all grouped up according to like whether you want theme shows or songs from the radio or songs from commercials and stuff. So they're kind of two different ways to look at the archives right now. So if you're looking for your song and you want to know if we did it, you can either look in the section that's appropriate in the one, or you can use the search function in the other one. And if we haven't done it, definitely let us know because we want to do all of your favorite songs. All right? Now, a little thing called secret information.
Secret information.
And this week, in our secret, top secret folder,
Here we go. We'll see what surprises we have that are secrets today. Now, this is stuff that most people don't need to know. So this is just for like the super advanced top secret musicians. The first thing about this song that's a secret is this song, check this out. This song is actually, there's a different way of playing this song. And you might, if you already know the other version, when we went to play our version, you'd be like, that's not the right way to play It's Raining, It's Pouring. The other way to play It's Raining, It's Pouring is to go, it's raining, it's pouring, old man is snoring, he went to bed and bumped his head and couldn't get up in the morning. That is the same song, but only using 5 fingers. This is called a 5-finger pattern. Music teachers, don't tell anyone else I told you this, but music teachers call this a 5-finger song because you can play it with just 5 fingers. You don't have to move your hand around. But also, It's Raining, It's Pouring with 5 fingers is the same song as Tisket Tasket. It's the same exact song. So that's why when we did our It's Raining, It's Pouring, we did the other version that goes up. It's not the 5-finger pattern. All right, next. Oh, when we do the chords in this thing, once we get up to, and again, this is secret, so most people aren't gonna get this far, but when we go to doing the chords in this thing, there's only 2 chords in the whole song. It's a C and it's a G. Now, if you're the kind of person who likes to like guess at the chords and stuff, I'll let you know that for all the songs that we do, the most common chord is a C. So if you're like, I wonder what chord that is, it's probably a C. And if you try a C and it's not right, and you're like, it wasn't a C, I wonder what chord it is, it's probably a G. Those are the 2 most common chords. So if you're guessing at chords, those are the 2 chords you should definitely guess. First guess a C and then guess a G. And of course, if you're in Clopple Academy, then you learn about your 4-chord songs and all that stuff, and you learn about how sometimes we mix in Fs and A minors and stuff. But most songs are going to use mostly Cs and Gs. And that's all the secret information that we had today in our folder, which means it's time to find out who won the weekly raffle. Congratulations, Trent Scott Adams. Let us know what prize it is you want, and let's all go to level 2.
Transitioning to level 2. This may be confusing to level 1 students, so please continue to practice the level 1 version, or visit learnpianolive.com/level 2 for a detailed explanation on how to level up.
So sadly, the lesson preview has come to an end, and it's time to say goodbye to everyone watching the free streams. Of course, paying subscribers at learnpianolive.com can continue watching this lesson and several hundred others like it in the archives. So come on over and check us out, and if you like what you saw, at least like and subscribe, and then tell your friends to head on over to learnpianolive.com to start enjoying this journey with us.